Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create ConvertKit subscriber in sequence from Google Sheets. So I am selling digital course and I have the details of all my leads in my Google Sheets. Now my objective is to add these leads as a subscriber in ConvertKit in different sequence according to the course which I am selling. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between Google Sheets and ConvertKit, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. So in trigger we are going to take Google Sheets, and in action we are going to take ConvertKit, and we will simply set up a connection between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect to automate this entire process. And to learn this entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to add ConvertKit subscribers from Google Sheets in different sequences. So you can see that I have created two sequences over here in my ConvertKit account, and these sequences are based on the different courses which I am going to sell. Okay, so I have the details of all my leads which are interested for purchasing different kind of course in my Google Sheets, and by using these details, I want to add subscribers in ConvertKit in different sequence. Okay, so we are going to automate this entire process by setting up a connection between our Google Sheets and ConvertKit, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the home page of Pabbly Connect where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in, but if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. Also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. This is the all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all of our workflows which we have created, and we can also create different folders over here to save our workflows accordingly. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. Let's do that, and here a dialog box will appear in front of us. So it is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let me provide a name over here. Create ConvertKit subscriber in sequence from Google Sheets. Okay, so after giving the name here, I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So I have already created a folder with the name as automations for lead management, and I'm going to select this folder because I want to save this workflow in the particular folder. Okay, so in this way, by creating multiple folders, you can save your workflow separately according to your choice. Now, after doing this, let's click on create. And as we have done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is that trigger and the other is action. So as I told you that Pabbly Connect works on these two principles. So basically these two are the main concepts or the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. The trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose we are going to take Google Sheets in our trigger because we have the details of our lead in Google Sheets, and we are going to take ConvertKit in which we want to create the subscriber in our action. And we want that whenever a new data will be added in this particular spreadsheet, automatically by using that response, a new subscriber should be added in a particular sequence in ConvertKit. So here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the row is added in Google Sheets, then only the subscriber is added in sequence, otherwise not. So after understanding the concept of trigger and action, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we have to select our trigger application, and that is Google Sheets. So we will simply select that. And after selecting the application, we also have to select the trigger event. So trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. So new or updated spreadsheet row will be our trigger event over here, because we want that whenever a new row will be added, automatically the response should be captured over here in Pabbly Connect, and with that response, instantly the workflow should get triggered. Now, we have selected the application over here. As we have done that, we can see that a webhook URL is provided to us. So basically, we have to set up a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. For that, we have to use this webhook URL. And we can see that we have also received some instructions. So we have to follow these instructions step by step to set up this connection. Now, first of all, we are going to copy this URL which is provided to us because it is going to act as a bridge for setting up the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. It will send the data which we are going to add in Google Sheets towards Pabbly Connect. Okay, so we are going to go towards Google Sheets, and this is my spreadsheet. As you can see, it contains the details of my leads. Okay, so here are following details: name, email address, phone number of the lead, as well as the sequence name in which I want to add this lead as subscriber. So here I have two sequences: JavaScript course and advanced PHP course. So these two sequences are based on the courses which I am going to sell. Okay, so according to the course in which the lead is interested, I want to add that lead in a particular sequence. Okay. Now, first of all, for this, we have to set up the connection. So let's go towards extensions, and we can find the option of add-ons over here. So when we will click on this get add-ons, it has taken us towards Google Workspace Marketplace. Now here we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webbook. So let's select that. So basically, Pabbly Connect Webbook is the add-on which we need to install in Google Sheets to set up the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I have already installed this add-on, so I'm just going to cross this. And once you will install the add-on for the very first time, you also have to refresh your spreadsheet so that you can find the option of Pabbly Connect Webbooks under extensions. So as I can find the option, let's go towards initial setup. And basically, we have to do an initial setup in which we have to enter two details over here to set up the connection. Okay, so first of all, we have to paste the URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect in this webbook URL field. And the next is trigger column. So the concept of trigger column says that whenever in our spreadsheet the data will be added up till trigger column, then the entire row will be sent towards Pabbly Connect. So it is also given in the instructions that the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent to the webbook URL. So whenever I'm going to add a new row in this particular spreadsheet up till my trigger column, I want to send the response towards Pabbly Connect. So in my spreadsheet, you can see that I have 4 columns: A, B, C, and D. D will be my trigger column because this is my last data entry column. I want that whenever I'm going to add a new lead details in this particular spreadsheet up till the sequence in which I want to add that lead in the ConvertKit, then the response should be immediately sent towards Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to enter D. Accordingly, you have to select your trigger column. Okay. Now we are going to click on send test button to send the test response of this smart user towards Pabbly Connect. And as the data is sent, so let's click on submit to submit the initial setup. And because our setup is configured successfully, so let's just cross this. So now you'll go back towards Pabbly Connect, and here we can see that we have already received the response over here. Okay, this is trigger column, this is spreadsheet name, this is spreadsheet ID, sheet name, sheet ID, sequence name, that is we have received JavaScript course, row index, phone number, and the name and email of the lead. Okay, this means that our connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect is absolutely successful. Now we have to do one more thing, because we want that whenever we are going to add a new row over here in our spreadsheet up till trigger column, then we want to immediately capture the response of that row without any manual efforts. Okay, for that we have to do one more thing. So we have to go towards extensions, Pabbly Connect Webbooks, and this time we have to click on send on event button. So when we have done that, we have made sure that now whenever we are going to add a new row over here, automatically and immediately the response will be keep on sending. Okay, now let's move forward. What we are supposed to do, we want to add the lead which we have received from Google Sheets to ConvertKit in a particular sequence. Okay, for that, first of all, we have to look upon the response which we have received from Google Sheets, that in which particular sequence we want to add the lead. Okay, so when we are going to receive that sequence, when we are going to look upon the sequence, we also have to provide the specific ID of that particular sequence so that we can add the leads automatically to different sequence according to the ID of the sequences automatically. Because in the spreadsheet, we can see that we have different sequence in front of different leads. So we have to add different leads in different sequence. For that, we have to apply lookup over here. So whenever we are going to receive the response from Google Sheets, if the lookup column will match the response and the ID, then we want to automatically send the lead towards that particular sequence. Okay, so here in our action application, we will select lookup. So we will select lookup table over here. Now we are going to select the action event, that will be lookup table. Let's click on connect. So with the help of this lookup table, we can very easily look upon the response which we have received from Google Sheets, and we can set the values over here that on matching of which value we want to add the lead into a particular sequence. Okay, so here we have to provide lookup key. Now what is lookup key? Lookup key will be the value which we want to look upon. So here I want to look upon to the sequence name which we have received from Google Sheets response. Okay, so we have received the sequence name in our earlier response. We will simply map that name over here. Mapping is inserting data from previous step, and here our previous step is given. We can see that this is the sequence name. We will select that and it is mapped. So when we have mapped this data over here in lookup key, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, it is going to be replaced. So now whenever we are going to receive a new response from Google Sheets, whatever we are going to receive in sequence name from that response, automatically that name is going to appear over here in lookup key the value. Okay, so in this way, mapping helps us to automate the entire process. But if we will enter the data manually over here by typing or by copy and pasting, then that data become dynamic and it does not get changed with each and every new response. Therefore, to automate the entire process, we use mapping. Now let's move forward. Here we have to provide the label and the value, that according to which label what value will come. So here I'm going to provide labels according to the sequence name, and in value I want to provide the sequence ID of each sequence. Okay, now the first label will be JavaScript code, so I'm going to enter it manually. Okay, I have entered the label. Now we have to provide the value, that means the ID of this sequence. So we will go back towards ConvertKit. Here I'm going to first of all select my sequence JavaScript course. When we will open this sequence, in the URL we can find that this is the ID. So this is sequence ID. We have to copy that and we have to enter it over here. So JavaScript course has this ID. Now we are going to add one more label because we have two sequences. So I'm going to click on this plus sign. Now we have to provide another label, that is advanced PHP code. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, now we have to provide the value for this particular course as well. So we'll go back, we will open the sequence advanced PHP course and we will simply copy this ID from the URL. So in this way we have set up the label and value. So we have two labels over here, JavaScript course and advanced PHP course. These are two sequences which we have created in ConvertKit, and these are the ID of these sequences. Now we have applied lookup table to check the response from Google Sheets. Whenever a new response will be received from Google Sheets, automatically it is going to check up for the name of the course, and accordingly it is going to fetch out the details that this course has this particular ID. So whatever we are going to receive in response, that data we are going to use in further mapping of the workflow. Okay, so now let's click on save and send test request button and we can see that we have received the response over here. So lookup table has fetched out the details of this particular course which we have received from Google Sheets. So this is the sequence name and this is the ID of that sequence because we have provided the label and the value over here. In this way, whenever we are going to receive a new response, and in that response we are going to receive a new lead details and the sequence name as advanced PHP course, then automatically it is going to look for the advanced PHP course and it will provide the ID also. So now when we have received these details in response, we are going to use these details to map the data further. So what we want to add the lead which we have received from Google Sheets as a subscriber in this particular sequence of ConvertKit. So let's click on this add action step button and we will simply select ConvertKit as our action application. So we will select ConvertKit over here. Now we have to select the action event that will be add subscriber to a sequence. So we have selected the action event and now let's click on connect. Now from the given options, I'm going to select add new connection to build a new connection with ConvertKit account. Okay, so how we are going to do that? For that we have to enter two details, API key and the API secret. But if you already have an existing connection, you can also go with that by clicking on this select existing connection button. Okay, now from where we are going to find this API key and API secret, for that the instructions are provided to us over here. We just have to go towards our ConvertKit account and then we have to go towards account setting. So I'm going to take you back towards ConvertKit. We have to go towards the profile section and this is the option of settings. So we will select that. Now under this, when we will scroll down, here is the option of advanced. So when we will select that, this is our API key and this is our API secret. So first of all, I'm going to copy this API key and I will paste it over here. Then next is the secret. So I'm going to click on show. I will copy it and we will quickly paste it over here. Okay, in this way you have to find both the details and then we have to click on save to build the connection. As we have done that, now ConvertKit is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So let's move forward. Here we have to enter the details in these fields to add the subscriber in particular sequence. Okay, for that first of all we have to provide the sequence ID which we have already received from our earlier response, that is from lookup table. Okay, so now I think you have understood that why we have used lookup table, because we have to map the data over here. Why? Because mapping makes the data dynamic, because we want to map that sequence ID so that it could replace with each and every new response. Therefore we have used lookup table to receive the sequence ID in the response so that we can map that ID. Okay, we have to turn this mapping button on first of all and we have to map the sequence ID. So I'm just going to remove the ID from here which is already existing and we will use the ID which we have received from lookup table response. Okay, let's map that and done. So as we have done that, it has become dynamic. Let's move forward and here we have to provide the details of the lead to add that lead as a subscriber. So first of all, let's map the email address. Okay, then the first name and last name. Here, because I have not received first name and last name from Google Sheets separately, therefore first of all I have to split the name so that we can map the name separately over here. But in your case, you can also take the name from Google Sheets itself in the separate format. That means you can add first name and last name in your spreadsheet in different columns, okay, so that you will receive the response in separate format. Now in order to separate the name, I will have to use text formatter. So I'm going to click on this add action step button in between, and we will use text formatter as our action application, which will help us to format the text in our workflow according to our requirements. Okay, so here we are going to select the action event, and that will be split text because we want to split the name. Let's click on connect. Now we have to map the text which we want to split. So I want to split the name. I have selected that, and now we are going to add the separator value. So what value you want to use in order to separate this text? I want to use the space because I just want to split the name, and it is given over here that if you want to use space as the separator, then you have to use this particular format. So I'm going to simply copy that, paste it over here, and now I'm going to select the segment index, that will be all. Okay, now we are going to click on save and send test request button, and here we have received the response. And because here we have selected segment index as all, so we have received both the details, first name and last name. We have received all the segment of the particular text. Now we will move forward and we will use the name in order to map the data. So quickly we will map the first name, and then we will map the last name as well. Okay, now it is asking us to select the tag. If you want to provide a particular tag to your subscriber, then you can also do that. I'm going to provide the tag which I have as Google Sheet. Now we will simply map the phone number as well. Let's click on save and send test request button. And as we have done that, we can see that we have received the response, and in the response it is given that the state of this subscriber is active and this is the subscription ID. So this means that the subscriber is automatically added. Okay, so let's go and check whether the subscriber is added in our sequence or not. So here we will go towards grow section, and this is the subscriber section of ConvertKit account. When we will look towards the new subscribers, here is a new subscriber created. So I'm going to open this subscriber and we'll go towards sequence section over here. So here we can see that the subscriber is added in this JavaScript code sequence. Okay, these are the details of the subscriber. This means that our connection is perfectly successful up till now. Now once again I want to add one more step over here, that I want to add the same subscriber into a particular form as well. So I'm going to click on this add action step button once again, and now once again I'm going to select the action application as ConvertKit. So we will select that. Now we have to select the action event, that will be add subscriber to a form. Let's click on connect. From the given options, we will go with the existing connection only, as we have already built the connection earlier. Now after building the connection, we have to select the form in which we want to add this subscriber. So I only have one form over here, but if you have different forms, you can also map the form ID over here. So I only have one form over here, so I have selected that. Now we have to once again map the details. So I'm going to quickly map the data over here. First name, email, alright, tag, last name, and the mobile number. Okay, let's click on save and send test request button, and we can see that the subscriber is added to the form. So let's go and check. I have refreshed this field. Now we will go towards form section, and this particular subscriber is added to subscriber form. This means that our workflow is perfectly successful. So now what we are going to do here, I'm going to add a new row in my Google Sheets. And as we have added the row, let's go and check whether automatically, without any manual efforts, this particular lead is added as a subscriber in this particular sequence of ConvertKit Advanced PHP course or not. So here I'm going to go back first of all, and I will refresh this field. And yes, here we can see that a new subscriber is added recently. I'm going to open the subscriber. Okay, we can see that this particular subscriber is added in this Advanced PHP course sequence and is also added to subscriber form. This means that our connection is absolutely successful. So now in case if you want to add all these leads which you have in your Google Sheets to ConvertKit in particular sequence, then you have to do one more thing. We have to go towards extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and then you have to click on send all data button. As we have done that, now all these leads which we have in Google Sheets will be added into ConvertKit as subscribers in different sequence. And also when we are going to add a new row over here, that lead will also be added as subscriber. Okay, so now let's go and check. And yes, here we can see that all the leads which we have in Google Sheets are automatically added as subscribers. This is dummy lead. We will go towards sequence and forms, and here we also have demo. Okay, so this means that our connection is absolutely successful. So let's go back and we will quickly summarize what we have done here in the workflow. So we have taken very simple steps, trigger and actions. In trigger, we have taken Google Sheets, and in action, we have taken lookup table, text formatter, and ConvertKit. And we have connected all of them with the help of Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a new row will be added in Google Sheets along along with the details of a lead automatically according to the course which they want to purchase. The lead will be added as subscribers in ConvertKit into different sequence. And in this way, you can very easily create this automation to add subscribers in ConvertKit in different sequence from Google Sheets, and that too automatically. Okay, so this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.